Hello there everyone and welcome back. Now in this lecture I will explain to you how you can use Google Bard to learn about copywriting as well as to use any copywriting framework of your choosing, depending on what you want to apply the copywriting for, depending on your target audience and multiple things. And we're going to dive deep into that in this lecture. Now you have to understand that copywriting is a complex subject. In my case, it took me years to learn about copywriting and to really perfect it and master it because it's really a gradual level. You start at a low level where your copy is not enough to convince the person that loves you the most, to a person whose copy can convince the person who hates you the most to take action and to buy something. Such is the power of copywriting and anything that's going on the web. Anyone who's ever been successful online and who sells stuff is good with copywriting. You can take any program, and I'll argue that with the most successful people amongst you. If you are successful, it's because you are a good copywriter. It's because you know how to deliver your message. Your brand's message and value, you can easily transmit that to people and they can see the value in it through copywriting. And if that wasn't the case, nobody would purchase anything from anyone. So copywriting is very important. It's a big deal. That's the first thing I learned when starting out online. As a matter of fact, I was a copywriter for a long time and sure did make quite some good money from copywriting back in the golden era of copywriting. Now, here, in order for you to learn about copywriting, you have to learn two things. Copywriting can be used either as a freelancer, so you can go and freelance on Fiverr. And I've shown you an example already. You can go and check that out. And I'd like you to go right now, if you're watching me, go to a platform such as Fiverr or Upwork and just look at how much people are getting paid for copywriting services, just to kind of get the feel of how valuable the field of copywriting is. And the thing is that you can apply copywriting to almost anything. You can apply it to a landing page, sales page, a funnel, emails, LinkedIn, Facebook, Instagram, everything you do, you can apply copywriting to it. And so, but you have to learn it first. In the past, to learn anything without these artificial intelligence tools such as Google Bard and ChatGPT, you'd have to go and learn it yourself. I would say the hard way. Now you don't have to do that. You can just come here, ask a single prompt. I want you to teach me about all the powerful copywriting frameworks and to tell me in which when to apply each one. Now let me enter, and it's basically going to take a little bit of time. It answers one at a time. It's not like ChatGPT where you can see ChatGPT answering your question. Google Bard actually takes its time, but it gives you the answer straight away. Now over here, it's telling us, sure, here are the most powerful copywriting frameworks and when to apply them. So for instance, it tells you about AIDA. This is a classic copywriting framework that stands for attention, interest, desire, and action. It's a great framework to use when you're trying to sell a product or service. So in the past, salesmen, what they used to do is knock on doors. They knocked on doors, and if they were lucky, the person that they knocked on the door of would agree to purchase something from them because they needed it at that time. But if someone didn't want it, didn't need something, they would just shut the door in their face. Now that is no longer the case. That is no longer the way that you can sell people on stuff. You can't just walk to a person down the street and say, buy this, buy my course, buy my product, buy my book. Nobody would talk to you. Nobody would even give you time of day. But when you use these copywriting frameworks, you subconsciously make person believe that it is in their best interest to purchase something from you, as opposed to you getting rich from it. They don't see it that way anymore. They stop looking at you as the sales crook, as someone who's just trying to be rich off of them or trying to get money out of their pockets. It's very important that people understand that it's good for them, not just for you. And so AIDA is a copywriting framework that follows a structure. It begins by attracting attention, and then interest, picking interest and instigating, and then desire, basically making the person desire that solution, and then action. We can have many examples. I can tell you. If someone, for example, is looking to get rich, you can start your advertisement on Google or your blog post or whatever content you'd like to create using AIDA. And you can say, I have a Ferrari, and you can show a picture of you in the Ferrari or in the McLaren or the Lamborghini, any car of your choice, or the Bugatti. So once you've done that, you've had the attention of those people. Those people now are going to listen to you. They're going to say, hold on a minute. This person is in a Ferrari. The reason why I'm explaining this is because that is very important to get that attention from people, because without that attention, you cannot tell them anything. You cannot program their minds to do anything, because then to them, you don't mean anything. And we live in an attention deficit economy. People don't give you attention unless you have something special. And online, these are the things that can actually enable you to get the attention, is to basically pick that attention with something amazing. Like, for example, showing a picture of you before losing weight and after losing the weight. That is one of the ways that you can pick attention depending on your niche, okay? Or you can show them a picture when you were not muscular and the picture where you are really buff and muscular, okay? Now, once you've picked their attention, you move them to the next step. I'll try to go as fast as possible. You move them to the next step of picking their interest, of showing them, I was poor. I was like you. I didn't have a girlfriend. I wasn't successful. And so you can start outlining all these things that make people interested to know more about you, because then to them, you're that rich guy that was poor, that made it now and is no longer poor and has basically escaped the poor mindset or a bad place. And that you could be their coach to save them. You could be their savior, okay? That is how the mind functions, okay? Now, once you've picked their interest, you then tell them, but here's the thing. I found something. I found the key. I found the light at the end of the tunnel. I found a monk that showed me the secret method of making money, or of making this, of doing that. Then you pick their desire. Now they can see, okay, if I do what this guy did, because this is what he tells me, this is what he's telling me now. He's telling me that he was poor, now he's rich. He proved that he's rich. And I don't know if he was poor, but I don't care. He's rich now. And he tells me he's poor, so I am poor now, and I want to be where he is, and I'm interested. I have the desire. He's telling me about a way that he used, and so right now, what do I got to do? Now the brain is prepared to take action. That's when you basically tell them, here's the action. For example, buy the course, or buy this book, or enroll in this boot camp. Depends on what product you're selling. So there's a lot of products you can sell. It depends. You can be a ClickBank affiliate, CJ affiliate, you can be an App Impact affiliate, you can be whatever. Okay, so it depends on the product that you're selling. But the framework is basically, it's a structure of how you structure your copy. There's the PAS, which is problem, agitate, and solve. Problem solution, which is also another framework, PS. Then the benefit, benefit driven. Now here, though it didn't quite give us all of the copywriting frameworks, and I believe that ChatGPT could have done a better job, because like I said, ChatGPT is better with text, and we actually can demonstrate that. I don't need to tell you about it. I can say generate all the copywriting frameworks with explanations about when to apply each. Now ChatGPT is going to go and it's going to start generating for us. Now, of course, the one that stands out is AIDA, because I think that's the best. Then there's the PAS, which is the problem agitate solution. Then there's the problem answer solution, which is not mentioned a lot. Problem agitate solve, featured advantages, benefits, and all of them follow a logic. Okay, all of them follow a logic. And the good thing is that you don't have to understand them really, really well, because you can just ask Bard to write using that copywriting framework. Let's say, for example, you want to write a Facebook ad to sell a product. Let's pick a phone, okay? You can say, I have created a phone, or a hack-proof phone, smartphone, and I want you to create content for my Facebook ad to promote the phone. Okay, now if you do that, it's gonna basically go ahead and write the content for you, but we didn't tell it which copywriting framework to use. So here's what I can say. I can rephrase. I can go and take my prompt that I gave it earlier, and instead of just saying I have created a hack-proof smartphone, I could say I have created a hack-proof smartphone, and I want you to use the AIDA framework to create content for my Facebook ad to promote the phone. Right now, what it's going to do, instead of just writing a promotional ad content, it's going to go ahead and use the AIDA framework to basically try to sell this product. And here is the return, right? So here it says attention, okay? This is the headline of your ad. Are you tired of worrying about your smartphone being hacked? Okay, that's a pretty good headline. Now, you have to understand that you can tell it if you don't like this. So for example, if you dislike this content, you can come over here and you can click dislike. Even though I would like you not to dislike something that you didn't read entirely, so go ahead and read it entirely before leaving your review, because that will impact Google Bard, right? So we want to feed Google Bard with the real data that's coming from our heart so that we can make sure it gets better. Now, because if it gets better, it's good for us as well. So here, that was just an advice there. Now, the body of the content here is your smartphone is full of personal information, including your contacts. Okay, see here, we're picking attention, photos, bank accounts, and more. If your smartphone is hacked, all this information could be stolen. So here, we're almost using the fear factor to get the attention of people. That's what Bard is doing. And now it's going to move from the fear, which was a motivation enough to get people to get to attention. So we got their attention now. And now it's saying, introducing the world's first hack-proof smartphone, and you can attach the phone name, etc. Is equipped with the latest security features, including a hardened operating system, a secured processor, and a tamper-resistant hardware module, and so on and so forth. Right now, it is using Desire. With this phone, you can finally relax. So you're almost giving them a feel of what the dream is going to be. You don't have to worry about your data being stolen. You can stay connected with your friends and family, do your banking, and shop online without fear of being hacked. Attention or action, order your phone today and protect your data from hackers. And a call to action, click here to learn more and order your phone family or phone name today. So here it has written a content for the entire Facebook ad for you, just for you. And guess what? This is really something that you would have to go and spend some time to do. Imagine how much this would have taken you. In my case, a pro copywriter talking to you right now, in my case, it would at least take me about an hour, 1 hour to write this. We've done this in seconds, okay? So I don't need to say any more, I feel like. And that's where I'm going to put this lecture to rest. And I'll see you in the next lecture where we're actually going to dive deep into our next element that we're going to do, which is keyword research. All right. So keyword research is extremely important and we're going to dive deep into that.